Been taking a look at what transpired in the national Tab 1 secondary school games that came to a conclusion yesterday here in Mombasa County. We now want to shift gears. We want to get into other stories that have been making headlines this week. And the cerebral palsy football team is a team in distress. Rotuno Kwenyike paid them a visit and filed the following reports.
Started with the withdrawal from the 2018 IFCPF African Championships in South Africa. An opportune moment for the national cerebral palsy football team to shine their way into the 2019 IFCPF World Cup in Spain. The tournament that would take place from 31st March to 3rd April 2018 would not only be a qualifying round, but also the first of its kind in the region, thus granting the team a chance to be an important part of history. But this would only be a fleeting dream.
Last year we were also invited to represent Kenya in South Africa for the CP World African Cup, which also it was a qualifier for the World Cup. The trip was cancelled last minute by the government, and the government they never gave a communication of why they cancelled the trip the last minute.
A distress call was sounded then, but it would be the beginning of a push and pull affair between the top level and the bottom level hierarchy.
We did a letter to the ministry for requesting them to give us an explanation of why the trip was cancelled. The only thing they gave us is a verbal that what happened and this happened. So we needed a written communication because it cost us a lot. We had already made a reservation in terms of hotels and everything.
Fast forward to 2019. Kenya received yet another call to take part in this year's Cerebral Palsy Football Invitational Championships in Thailand, running from 21st to 27th April. However, the team risks not making an appearance because the narrative is yet to change. Only that this time round, the train is nowhere near the tracks. The government stands firm that it cannot chip in due to financial constraints on its end.
We got a letter from the ministry on that of April that the government does not have the funds to cater for the team. They had some queries that the trip was a friendly match, that they can't fund a friendly match. We had to produce documents that shows it's not a friendly match, but a championship that will lead this team to somewhere.
This team only needs 4 million shillings to cater for their air ticket and probably visas and other small things like uniform and all that. I mean, the government tells us they don't have money. We have enough resources at the Ministry of Sports and Heritage. The President tells us, even the Deputy President, they tell us they have actually put enough money, budgeted for enough resources that can cater for sports. What we want to tell them is that something is wrong with this ministry.
Kuna wale wamevunjika moyo na sasa wako hapa. Tukianza tulikuwa timu kubwa, lakini kuna wale wanaona mambo inaenda hivyo, hawako hapo, wameondoka, wametuacha.
Gavana fai tusaidie. Juu kama sasa hivi kuna trip ya Thailand, lakini hakuna mahali tumeona gavana kufanya kitu. Sasa wanatuweka wapi? Kuna watu wanategemea kitu. Juu si wote akili zetu ziko hapa. Juu sisi si watu, mtu anaweza kutoka hapa andikwe mkazi mahali pengine. Tunategemea hii. Sasa gavana kiingilia kati.
Despite all these challenges, the team has managed to maintain a serious stance, especially in its training, merging all the categories and working as a unit, all in the hope that given the chance, they may achieve their targets.
Our target is to qualify for the World Cup and also to increase our level of the ranking.
Najua tukitoka nje yenyewe tunaweza kuwa the best. Tunajua watu kiungana palipo na umoja pana ushindi. kidole kimoja kivunji chawa.
Thailand is just a step away, and if all goes well, the national cerebral palsy football team will leave the country on 21st April. Rotuno Konyike, KTN Sports.
Well, now after returning back to the country, the Special Olympics team was treated to a luncheon in Nairobi, and this is how things went.
We were a testimony to many of these medals won. We were there. What we saw there, especially with the health inclusion program, was an eye-opener.
I'm proud that Abu Dhabi last month, Kenyans have made great strides. Our special children who actually would have never gone there, but can imagine the number of medals they brought you, more than the normal athletes.
Well, remember, we are in Mombasa County. We are the surrounding grounds. Right now, we have an under-15 match that is currently going on. Phoenix taking on Albaz, a match that currently is a barren draw. We'll be waiting to see who comes out as the winner. But right now, I'm joined by the patron Congo Boys and the chairman, the management board of Surrounding Grounds, Mahmoud Noor. Good afternoon, Mahmoud.
Yeah, good afternoon and welcome to Surrounding Grounds.
Thank you for having us. We are seeing a match that is currently going on here. It's not a league match. Why are you having such matches here?
I think it's school holidays, and we are trying to reduce the crime rate, drugs that is prevalent among the juvenile, especially in Mombasa. So we want to keep our youths busy so that during these 2 weeks they should not be idle. And also, it's also a process for us because we have a community team that is playing National Division 1. This is also a scouting for us as Congo Boys, because we'll handpick some of the best and then we continue preparing them so that they will be as we are targeting to be in the Premier League within the next 2-3 years, these are the players who will be playing there. Yeah. How
do you manage to come up with these teams? You say they're community-based teams, but how are they formed?
Actually, we encourage them. You know, the Mombasa and the coast in general, for a long time, they love football. As long as you give the young people space and you give them a soccer ball, all of them come. I think the only support they require is like giving them jerseys, football jerseys. And definitely once we give them that opportunity, all of them come over. And then we also encourage people who love football, like the coaches. Most of these coaches are volunteering their times rather than being with their families. So I think it is for the love of the game. People love soccer, and the biggest problem is most of the soccer fields have been grabbed. We no longer have any. But once you tell them this is a community ground which we were given by His Excellency the President in 2017, so we dedicate over 80% of the time here to the community teams. Yeah.
Let's talk about these grounds. They've been here for a while, and as you know, chairman of the management committee, how do you manage to make sure that it's well maintained, because all the time different teams are playing here?
Mm-hmm. No, I think what we try is to be as fair as possible. What we prioritize are teams that are not able to afford other spaces, because you'll go to other pitches that are around Mombasa here, people will ask you to pay 5,000, 10,000. So for us, we feel, since it is a community ground, the teams that cannot afford even 2,000 shillings, because even transport coming here is a problem, these are the people that we give priority. But also it's important for teams that can pay. We encourage them to use the ground so that we can also get income to continue sustaining the place. But in the long run, we have a master plan for this space. We only have a few hiccups. I think we were given the title, but there are issues within lands. They need to cancel the old title of the people who grabbed it. I don't know why it has taken a very long time. Once that one is done, then we will be able to implement the master plan, because you cannot bring in an investor when there are still issues that has not been resolved. Yeah.
Are you not afraid that it might wear out?
In fact, we have to be patient, but it's our hope that the government, especially, I think since the president gave a directive that thing should be cleared, we hope the National Land Commission and the Ministry of Lands will facilitate and cancel the title of the people who grabbed the space, so that we are able to use this place for the purposes that we intended it to use it for. Yeah.
Let's talk about Congo Boys. You are the patron Congo Boys. You will be in the FKF Shield quarterfinals. That will be next week. What should you expect from you?
For us, we are expecting a win. We are well prepared. The boys are young and determined. In fact, our intention, we wanted to meet Bandari and Gor Mahia and probably beat them. Unfortunately, Gor Mahia have already left. So the next hurdle we have is Assad. Yesterday we drew with them at a league match at their home ground. But on Saturday, our boys are well prepared to win. And we go to the semi-finals where we will meet either Western Stima or Bandari. Yeah.
How has the season been so far? Yes, you've not played, rather you are midway into the season, but how has it been so far?
So far, I think we've been improving because I'm looking at the team when we were starting the season. I think their performance is going up. I think because most of the players that we had put together had not known each other. So over time, we have very good players because Congo Boys is supported by former stars who are mainly from the coast. Some of them played for Harambee Stars. Some of them are even coaching out of the country. So whenever they are on holiday, they are coming. So we are continuing to prepare the young boys. So every day they are improving. In fact, recently, we even had to release one who was picked by Bandari, our goalkeeper. He's a very good goalkeeper. Yes, it is sad for us, but our aim is to nurture talent, and once they get better opportunities, we push them to go forward, because that is what we want to do as Congo Boys. Yeah.
Do you feel that enough is being done to, you come from a football background here, do you feel like enough is done to develop these young kids that we have here to be better footballers in the future?
I think it is very little has been done, because I'll give an example of what is happening within the National Division 1 league. So far we've gotten 2 walkovers. You'll find teams like the last time Buruburu could not travel to come all the way from Nairobi to here, because every time they come they'll spend around 130,000. Assad did not honor one of their leagues. So I think it is a constant thing you'll hear from the teams. And for the stakeholders and also government, especially national government and county government, they have budgets for soccer. If they can just put this money to the leagues so that they cover at least 50% of the cost, because for you to be in a particular league, whether it is the National Super League, Premier, at least that one is better off, and even the other leagues within the county, we need to find ways to support these teams, because the least that the young people want is just to be given a platform and an opportunity. So we are not asking for governments or stakeholders to pay salaries, but at least to facilitate them. When they have away matches, they should be able to honor their away matches and play. Yeah.
Finally, is Congo winning the league?
That is what we are planning. In fact, this second leg, our target is to win the next 3-4 games so that we can go around number 4. And then once we are there, because we've beaten the champions, Muranga Seal and the ones who are on top, we hold them when they come here. So we are able to do it. And I think you can clearly see by us reaching the quarterfinals of SportPesa Shield Cup. Yeah.
I see you have a Liverpool top on. Do you support the COP?
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. There will be an action against Chelsea this evening. What are your expectations?
I think Liverpool is a well-prepared team. It's not a surprise for them to win. This season has been very good for them, so we are expecting a win, definitely.
You're expecting a win. Well, my colleague Moses Bayer is a Chelsea diehard. I don't know what he'll have to say about that.
I'll buy him coffee after the game
to console him. Well, thanks a lot, Mohamed Noor, who is the patron Congo Boys and also the chair, the management committee of the Serrani grounds here in Mombasa County. We continue, of course, with the results from some of the matches that were played yesterday, but we want to get into athletics, and Ferguson Rotich, Collins Kipruto and Cornelius Duway were all are among the sprinters, who qualified to represent Kenya in the forthcoming World Relays that will be held in Yokohama. Let's take a look.
Natarajia tuende tuwakilishe Kenya na at least tukue number 1, 4x4.
ndio hatunja qualify, lakini I wish tunaweza enda huko tu qualify.
Kwa sasa tumequalify for the World Relays in Yokohama, Japan, na hope tutaweza kuimprove kama team na tuweze kuperform vizuri huko. Pia imekuwa ndio mzuri kwangu juu na prepare kwa Diamond League ambayo iko mbele. Juu naanza Doha 8, alafu after Doha ndajua mbangile ingine itafuata.
So let's move to some water action now. The national trials in swimming were held this morning at the Kasarani swimming pool. Jeff Mogire was there and filed the following report.
Of swimming in different categories, which kicked off last Thursday, is coming to an end today. Just a couple of events before they close these national trials today to select 5 teams which will represent the country in different countries like Norway, Italy, and Morocco, Tunisia, and many other events. Actually, 5 teams to represent Kenya in those countries and different events from different categories, age categories, and different swimming categories, as well as they are reserved for the swimmers who are just taking part. But now we talked to one of the organizers of this event, one of the supervisors of these events, Patrick Muya, who told us actually what it means to host this event here and what it means for the swimmers and what they expect out of the swimmers who are going to take part in these events.
As soon as we are able to put everything together, the team together, then right now we are using the officials that are just necessary, but when they go to their local training basis, of course they will have a full complement of the officials they need. But right now we are building on from these trials. Our swimming event today was fantastic. We have had the prelims right now and we'll be having the finals. We started on Thursday and we are excited today. Jen Minor has been coordinating. She is the chair of the subcommittee for competitions. I am the Federation acting chair, and we are very glad that it has climaxed in such a nice way where the CS has managed to come and join us.
We also talked to Jane Maina, who is the competition committee chair, who is telling us her anticipation as far as these competitions are concerned.
We have 5 teams that we are selecting this evening. One of it is the World Championships for seniors. We have World Championships for juniors. We have Africa Games. We have Africa Junior Championships, and we have World University Games. They're all happening between June, July, and September. So we're very excited. We've had fantastic swimming. We had Danilo Rosafio swim a 52.48, which is the fastest 100 free we have seen in many years since the times of Jason Danforth. So we're looking forward to a really vibrant team, and young for that matter. Danilo is only 17, so we are excited. We have put in structures that are hoping to propel the federation and the sport to a higher place, and we hope that we can eventually see podium finishes for Kenya.
We have Sports Arts Social Development Fund that was set up recently, right? And we have already begun. As you know, we supported the Kenya Open. We also have supported Harambee Stars, right? So any national team, as soon as it's formed, right, we then start supporting them, including in supporting their training, yeah? And so all we're asking is that they continue doing this until we have the team that's going to represent the country. It doesn't matter what event it is, we have a set criteria of supporting different events, yeah? So we'll be able to do that.
And that is what it is from here at the Kasarani Aquatic Arena, where the national teams, 5 national teams, are going to be selected to represent the country as far as this swimming is concerned. So we wish them all the best. But in our bulletin from 7 p.m. and 9 p.m, we'll be giving you all the results and the teams which will be selected. Back to you in Studio Robinson.
Well, thanks a lot, Jeff Mogire, who was at the Kasarani swimming pool in Nairobi, where the national swimming trials were taking place this morning. And as he said, he will be giving us results of who came out as the winners in our 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. bulletins. Now, we take a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be switching gears. We'll be getting to continental football. Remember, it was the CAF Champions League matches that were played yesterday. We'll be taking a look at the results from those matches, and also we'll be getting into the English Premier League and other leagues across Europe as we give you the results of the matches that were played and what to expect. That will be after the break.